Masta asks if Mans will end her. The gob growled the question out, and Ruli was pretty sure she had just told the core that people liked a dungeon in its uses. The gob listened some more. If Masta made gobs, big gobs, it added on, and Ruli clicked her mouth shut and tried to translate that in her head. Goblins into big goblins, like thugs or shamans, like evolution. Ruli repeated the word out loud, and the gob nodded enthusiastically, and Ruli just grinned. Sister Ampin, we're counting on it. Dungeons grow, so we kinda expect to see new monsters soon. But to be honest, your dungeon isn't that hard. You need traps and stuff, Ruli said in a carefree voice, and the gob winced. It looked a little lost for words, but after a moment, repeated Dungeon Core Delta's edict. Masta no want kill. Masta no want death. The goblin whispered. Delta didn't want to kill. Delta didn't want death in her dungeon. Ruli inhaled, and for once in her life, she felt speechless. Ruli tried to think what the world would do if they learned of Delta, the pacifist dungeon, and she gripped her fishing rod so hard she heard the wood creak. The Fair Play Company, the guilds, the merchants, the teenagers, and the monsters. Delta would be devoured and turned into a quivering shell as this world used her. Ruli dropped her fishing rod and looked at the gob. Delta, please. Don't trust humans. This world, we humans, enslave dungeons for profit. You will be gouged out and built around by people who see this wonderful place as nothing but numbers and loot drops. You can't. Not kill. Ruli pleaded, and the gob shuddered suddenly. Must be way? The gob almost sounded human for a moment. I don't know. I've never heard of a dungeon that cared about life enough to try. Ruli admitted, and the gob looked up. Masta, you make sad sounds, he called, and Ruli watched as the goblin looked at her and ran away. Ruli felt like she had won over Quiz, and really didn't care for it much. This was worse than she thought. Way worse. Ruli felt like a piece of garbage that didn't even deserve to be eaten by the dungeon. She needed someone who could think, someone who was an asshole and could ignore hurting a dungeon's feelings long enough to help it. And she needed someone who didn't do anything important to do or have too much pride for her to bully them into doing it. Ruli needed Quiz. Master wants to know what legal rights do dungeons have? The gob asked, and Ruli thought about it. Dungeon core destruction carries a life sentence. Unless the dungeon is forbidden, then it's a duty to destroy it. Building around a dungeon, other than structures considered outposts, is illegal unless the mayor of nearest town gives permission. Unless there is no town within a mile. Ruli listed with her fingers. Quiz wasn't sure if Ruli was trying to be polite, so decided to help her out. They don't have any, is what she's trying to say without hurting your master's feelings. Dungeons are seen as golems or teklems, subservient, like dangerous monsters people keep around due to their rare properties, or as status symbols. You have no privacy rights. You have no right to a court of law. You have no right to demand protection. You have no right to holidays. You have. Listen. This world sees dungeons as factories for food, minerals, materials, monster harvesting, magic weapons, developers, and so on. Quiz's tone had turned bitter. He didn't like telling a dungeon that seemed to be so undungeony, that it made him feel guilty as he listed how, to humans, she was a beast. Livestock to be fed winter after winter for springtime returns. Delta made old thoughts Quiz had put to peace, or didn't really want to think about, bubble up, and he found himself growing annoyed. So you see, you might as well get on the level with your brothers and sisters. Build some spikes. Make your monsters dangerous and accept that people are asshole. The pond was quiet. Quiz felt his usual indifference settle in as he got ready for the dungeon, getting angry or asking him to leave. He had done what Ruli had asked and told the dungeon what she needed to hear. Being a dungeon sucked, and Quiz couldn't imagine ever wanting to share their shoes. Murder machines or slaves. What a cruel fate. No. Master politely says that is giant load of troll dung. Quist's indifference was not prepared for a flat disagreement. Delta. I hate to be an ass twice in 1 minute, but you have to unders. Quist began, but the goblin just cut him off. No, you will understand. My master says this. I will not kill. I will not be scared into killing. I will survive, and keep myself. If you do not believe, Master says that is fine and thanks you for concern. Master will not lay down and die if people come for her. She had boss room. She had scary things. Master also wants to say she will stick to her goal. No innocent kill run. The gob stumbled over the last part. Quist was speechless. It was not just the goblin. It was the very air itself that seemed to pulse. Master will make rules. Master will warn. Master will give chances to run. Personally, I think Master is too kind. The goblin examined his staff with interest. He listened and then appeared to sigh. Master wants dungeon to be place of wonder and adventure. This is dungeon of life and learning. The goblin seemed to listen for a while. Quist followed his gaze to a section of the wall. Nothing there, but who knows what the beings of this dungeon saw compared to the outside world. Well, if you want to try, I can help. Ruli shrugged and Quist shot her a disapproving look. How will she grow if she doesn't kill? Quist reminded her and the goblin snorted. You think dungeon is free? Master? No. Little trinkets? Goodwill. The goblin seemed to cackle. Ruli just raised one brow. An entry fee. I don't think people will like that. Ruli said carefully. And the goblin looked at her and smiled. Quist felt a little chill go down his spine at the look. Good, then mans will think carefully about being stupid, he hissed. He looked back at the wall then nodded. Those who enter, please say forfeit to leave dungeon alive. This was perhaps the most controversial thing a dungeon had ever allowed. A death was a gift to the dungeon. For one to allow such sweet power to slip away, their soul must truly be pure or hiding a dark dangerous agenda. People would discuss matter this for years. The second board was shorter, and below it had a simple box. Please leave donations, so I may grow and become helpful.